Hi, second graders. Miss Diorio here from Citizenship Academy with lesson 16 in module 3. So today we're going to get right into comparing 3-digit numbers. Yesterday in our warm-up, it was good for us to practice those symbols, the greater than, less than, and equal to symbols using 2-digit numbers. Today we're going to be practicing it with 3-digit numbers. It's going to be awesome. Okay, so again, for today's lesson, you're going to need a paper and pencil, something to write with for our application problem. You're gonna want actually 2 place value charts on your paper. Here's what I mean by that. Because we're gonna be comparing 3-digit numbers, you're gonna want 2 place value charts kind of right next to each other. I'm actually even gonna draw a squiggly line down the middle of mine so I can separate them. Okay, and you're gonna also want whatever you've been using at home for your place value discs. Cubes, Legos, cereal, coins. I got my puzzle pieces again today. Whatever you've been using as an at-home place value disc, grab those too. So you want paper and pencil to do your application problem. You want 2 place value charts on your paper, and then your at-home place value discs. So pause the video, go grab those things, and we'll get started. So our application problem today, it says, at recess, Diane skipped rope 65 times without stopping. Peter skipped rope 20 times without stopping. How many more times did Diane skip rope than Peter? So, when we look at this problem, I want you to turn and talk to the person next to you. We're comparing 2 things. We're comparing Diane skipping rope and we're comparing Peter skipping rope. Now, this is the problem with an unknown. What is the unknown? What do we not know? And how can we solve for that? Talk to your partner about what the unknown is and how we can solve. How can we compare Diane and Peter? So pause and talk to somebody at home about that. Very good. So there's a couple different ways that we can solve comparing problems, unknown problems. We can do number sentences, most often with subtraction because we're finding the difference. We can also use tape diagrams. So I want you to use either of those strategies. I'll put the word problem back up on the board and go ahead and solve. Diane skipped 65 times. Peter skipped 20 times. How many more times did Diane skip? What's the difference? Go ahead and pause and solve. Got it? All right, let's go over it. So we can break 65 down. We want to take the 20 out of 65. We're going to subtract 60 minus 20. Now you can decompose that. You can draw pictures. You can solve how you need to solve. You can use a number bond, whatever you want to do, but you should have came up with the answer of 45. Diane skipped 60 times. Peter skipped 20 times. So 60 minus 25 equals 45. We're finding the difference. We're comparing. Another way to do that would be with a tape diagram. Diane skipped 65 times. Peter only skipped 20. We need to find that unknown area. Again, we're subtracting, finding the difference, and we get 45 times. Awesome work. All right. Take out your 2 place value charts and your place value discs. We are going to use those to create numbers and then compare numbers. So let's start by making 74 using your place value discs. Make it on one of your place value charts. So pause and do that now. Got it? All right. You should have 7 10s and 4 1s. Thumbs up if you got that. Good. Now on your other place value chart, I want you to make this number. So go ahead and copy the place value chart as it is onto your other place value chart. So you should have 74 on one chart and then make this number on the other chart. Come back when you're ready. Now what number is this? I see 100, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 74. 174. So we should have 74 on one chart, 174 on the other. Okay? Now let's use those symbols that we talked about yesterday. Which number is greater? Very good, 174. How do you know that? Yeah, so if we look at our place value charts, 174 has an extra 100 here. Does 74 have anything in the hundreds place? So we know that 174 is greater. So when we are comparing these numbers, we're going to look at the greatest number first. So this one over here has a hundreds value. Does this number have a hundreds value? So 174 is greater. So we're going to put that in a sentence. 174 is greater than 74. Go ahead and say that with me. Ready? 174 is greater than 74. Awesome. Clear your place value boards of your place value discs. And we're going to make this number next. Ready? Make 105. Pause the video, make that with your place value discs. Got it? Okay, so it should look like this. We have 100, 0 10s, 5 1s. Awesome. On your other place value chart, make this number. So pause the video. You should have 105 on one place value chart. Now make 135 on the other place value chart. Got it? Okay, so this one we have 100, 3 10s, and 5 1s. Now, which number is less? Very good, 105. How do you know that? Look at your place value charts. How do you know 105 is less? Does 105 have any 10s in it? No. So if we look at our place value charts, both of our numbers have 100, right? Then we move over, because they both have the same value in the hundreds place. Then we move over to our tens place. There's no 10s in 105, but how many 10s are there in 135? 3. Very good. So that number is greater. So we used our tens place to determine which number is less and which number is greater. So let's put that in a sentence. We're going to say 105 is less than 135. Go ahead and say that with me. 105 is less than 135. Awesome. Let's do one more. Make 257 on your place value chart. Pause and do that now. Got it? So you should have 2 hundreds, 5 10s for 50, and 7 1s. Good. Fix it if you don't have it. All right. On your other place value chart, make the number 250. Pause and do that. Got it? So we should have 2 hundreds, 5 10s, and 0 1s. All right, so we have 257 and 250. Now, which number is greater? Very good, 257. How do you know that? Exactly. If you look at your place value chart, they have the same number of hundreds, right? Great. They have the same number of tens, right? Great. Do they have the same number of ones? They do not. Which number has the greater number of ones? Very good, 257. There are 7 ones in 257, but there aren't any ones in 250. So we know that 257 is greater by looking at the ones place. Awesome job. So we're going to say that in a sentence. 257 is greater than 250. Go ahead and say that with me. 257 is greater than 250. Awesome job. We're going to do one more. I lied. We're doing one more. Here we go. Make 472 on your place value chart. So pause and do that now. Got it? Let's check. So we should have 4 hundreds, 7 10s, 2 1s. Awesome. On your other place value chart, make 274. Getting tricky. Come back when you're ready. Unpause when you're ready. Got it? 200, 200, 7 tens, 4 ones. And then you're going to need one more place value chart, so pause and draw another place value chart. Got it? Okay, now make this number, 724. Ready? 7 hundreds, 2 tens, 4 ones. Awesome. Okay, how are your drawings alike? Pause the video, talk to someone at home. How are your 3 drawings alike? Good, I noticed that too. We have the same numbers in all of them. All of the numbers are in different places on our place value chart, but the same numbers. We're using 7, 2, and 4 all over the place. Which number is the greatest? Out of those 3 numbers, which one is the greatest? Pause, talk to somebody at home about how you know. Very good. 724 is the greatest. Good. Now, our hundreds is our biggest unit. So if a number has 7 hundreds and the other only has 4 or the other only has 2, you know that the number with the 7 in the hundreds place has to be the biggest. So 724 is our greatest. Now, if we were to change this, just like we did a couple lessons ago, into tens, so move those hundreds over, we'd get 72 tens, 47 tens, and 27 tens. Let's compare those. So which one is the greatest? 72 tens, and then the next biggest? Yep, and then the smallest. 27 tens. Awesome job. So which number is the greatest to be determined even using our tens values? Which number is the greatest? 724. Excellent job. Remember, start with the hundreds place. If they're all different, the number with the greatest hundreds is going to be the greatest. If not, then you compare the tens, and then you compare the ones. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. You got this. Okay. For your exit ticket today, there are 8 problems. You're going to choose the best way to compare them. Okay? So for this one, 499, and then you're going to choose the symbol. Is less than 500. Okay? Now down here, it gets a little bit trickier. Write these numbers out so that you can see them, so it's easy for you to compare. Same thing here when it starts to get into expanded form. Write the numbers out and in unit form. Write the numbers out so that you can compare them easily, so you can see the numbers so you don't make silly mistakes. Okay? There are 8 problems. Ooh, some of them even have number sentences for you to solve. Getting tricky. Choose the best way to compare the numbers greater than, less than, or equal to. And that's it for today. Great job, guys.